Alright guys, we need to talk about something that I've seen talked about a little bit, but not very much, and it is very concerning and very important to get ahead of what's coming. These flock safety AI cameras for traffic and general surveillance out in the Midwest, they basically have them locked down over there. And some people might think that these are just regular license plate readers. These are not regular license plate readers. These are AI cameras that have that they can create a digital fingerprint of your car, your motorcycle, whatever. It takes note of any unique details of your car, roof racks, body damage, anything like that. And not only it tags it to your license plate, but not only does it tag it to your license plate, like I said, it has that digital fingerprint. So now it has a profile of your car built into the system, and with the AI, it can track every place that a camera picks up your car at, and it will create basically a grid of everywhere you've been, and it will log it. It will log it for time, date, everything. And it's searchable, so that the police can basically know where you might be at any given time or moment. In some of these places like Illinois, Ohio, they can basically see every part of the street in some of these cities at any given moment. And the big problem with this is that these are AI cameras. They're not just regular surveillance cameras where it takes a human to parse the data. It's searchable, and the AI will go through it in an instant. And now this pertains to DFW. You know, we have these cameras that it looks like they started going up in 2023, and I haven't heard anybody really talking about it very much. There was a video I saw by Hampton Law. He's a lawyer here in Fort Worth, and he's concerned about it. But I haven't seen the people that should be concerned about it, like all the DFW moto vloggers. I haven't seen them concerned about it. I haven't seen anybody that really this affects the most making any videos about it or talking about it. I've seen some threads on Reddit, but that's it. And I messaged two of the major DFW moto vloggers. One of them hasn't responded. The other one said he just straight up doesn't care, which, whatever, I guess if you don't care, you don't care, but I don't know why you wouldn't. If it was just regular surveillance cameras, maybe, but these are AI cameras. So pretty soon, I mean, they're putting up more and more of them, and you can go to this website. It's deflock, deflock.me. That's deflock.me, and you can report where the cameras are. So it has a map of where everybody's reported the cameras, and then you can report the cameras that you find as well. We need to raise awareness of it, number one, because I've asked a lot of people in my personal life, and everybody's been like, huh? No, I've never heard of that. We need to raise awareness of it so that people know about it, number one, and can report the cameras. But number two, we need to get somebody, a lawyer like this guy Hampton Law, who actually knows what to do so that we can fight this legally. And I forget, what was a YouTuber's name? He was doing the clipping movement. He was at the town hall meeting at Austin when they were going to be deciding if they were going to bring these flock cameras to Austin. And the Austin people were saying, we don't want our tax dollars going to this. We don't want this kind of surveillance. None of that happened here in Fort Worth. We never had any hearing about it, at least that I could find. This is Chinese level surveillance that's being forced on us. I mean, so somebody is, you know, somebody, it doesn't matter if it's the government or private individuals, nobody should have that ability to know where you are at any given moment. There's somebody else made a video where they hacked Flock Safety's cameras in 30 seconds, and then they have all this information on you. They have all this information on you in a database that can be sold. Those are the cameras. They're on 6-foot poles, about 6 or 7 foot poles. And I don't exactly know what the field of view is, but that's what they look like.
That's crazy.
So these are the cameras here. These are the Flock Safety cameras. They're different than the cameras that are on the traffic lights. But these are the ones that are starting to go up everywhere. And this is how they're doing the surveillance network. And they have the 360-degree view cameras right there like that. Those little ones. And then the main camera is the one that shines there. So here in Texas, we don't have a ton of them up yet. I had to drive a little ways to get to this one, and we're not inundated here in DFW with them yet, especially out in the rural-ish. This is more suburb now. It was rural. But this is, at some point, it's going to be a giant surveillance network with AI to where you can be tracked at any given moment where you are. It is more in the city areas where you see them at the major intersections. They'll have several cameras there. And this is something I'm not seeing people talk about a lot, and I don't know why, because this is a major problem for privacy. You have police that have already used it to track ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. And now in Washington, there was a judge that ruled that it's public information. So anybody can, if they have enough of these cameras, they can track you everywhere you are, and then that's just public information. Your commute, where you go all the time, that's all just public information. And they're saying, oh, well, there's no expectation of privacy in public. Well, it's different if you're seen just out doing something. It's something completely different if they have an entire track of your normal habits, where you go, where you might be at any given time, and that's all for sale and public knowledge. Like, that's something completely different. So we need to raise awareness about this. I want other people to make videos about this, and people need to be aware of it so that we can start taking some legal action against this, because we didn't have any hearing here in Fort Worth if people wanted it, like they did down in Austin. You know, you would think in a place like Fort Worth, out of anywhere, that people would care about this, or that they would ask if the public wanted this before they did it. This camera here specifically is probably for this HOA, but the police still have access to all of them.
Do you think they all have signs that say it's under surveillance?
No, they don't. That's because this is a HOA. That's what it's for. The ones at the intersections, they don't have those signs. But you'll see them. That's what they look like. They're on 6, 7, 8 foot poles, up like that. so that they can get a good view of your license plate or your face or whatever. And that's another thing is they have, they're using facial scanning with it too. Now, not here in Texas, at least supposedly they say that it's not facial scanning yet. But I don't know. Can you really trust the government or the police for anything? Because I can't. And it's one of those things where it's like, they always say it's for some innocuous reason. Oh, it's for your safety or whatever. And then eventually, once they have it in place, it's just, oh, okay, we're gonna spy on you at all times now because we can, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what they did. That's what the story always is. That's what it was with gun control in the UK and Australia. It always starts, let's put this law in, and then once they can abuse it, then they do. Just like the income tax in the United States. That's what it always is. Oh shit, I left my key on. Do you want to go somewhere where I can take some pictures of you?
Sure.
Okay.